the tools that we use, cinematic strategy, the calculus of conviction, let us be very clear, these are very, very powerful tools, right? And any tool with that much power can be used in one of two ways. Now, it can be used to build, and it can be used as a weapon. You see, the market is very full. The market is absolutely full. It is full of people who teach persuasion, but what they are really teaching is manipulation. Yes. They teach what they call psychological hacks. They teach false urgency. They exploit vulnerabilities. How to trick someone into saying yes. That is what they teach. Right? And this, I want to be very, very clear, is strategically weak. It is short term. It is a gamble. And in the game of stakes, it is suicide because it builds what we call reputation debt. And that debt always gets paid. I believe we all know what a debt is. Now, we as strategists, as cinematic strategists, as architects of clarity, we do not ever manipulate. Now, our entire firm and the institute is built on a different non-negotiable doctrine, and we call it the doctrine of the private citadel. Now, here's the principle. Your client's mind, their trust, their attention, their decision, that is their private citadel. It is their fortress. It is sovereign. It belongs to them. Now, the manipulator, which is the hustle guru, he tries to breach the citadel. They look for cracks in the wall. They try to trick the guards, and they lie to get inside. Now, we do not do that. And here at our firm, we are guided by what we call the cinematic strategist oath, which is also in our playbook, in my book, the cinematic strategist. You can look into it, right? So, we do not manipulate. Our doctrine demands that we do the opposite. So what we do is we architect an argument so powerful, so clear, so anchored in the undeniable truth of our value that the owner of the citadel, your client, willingly lowers the drawbridge and invites us in. Now, they choose to align with us not because they were closed or hacked, but because our proposition was the only logical, valuable, and safe path forward. So for us, this is not just a philosophy, and as I've said, we built this firm on a history of failure and battle-tested conviction. So this guardrail is a matter of strategic survival. I'll end with this. Manipulation is an act of war. Persuasion, the true, honest persuasion, is an architecture of peace. And in the game of stakes, it is the only way to build the one thing that matters: irrefutable trust. And once you build irrefutable trust, you can command the capital that you require or you need in exchange for the value that you will be providing.